Guys, welcome back to another class with Invoca. Hope you guys are all doing well. We're going to get started here in a couple seconds. Before you get going, today we're going to use a block and a strap at some point. The strap you'll want in a loop if you have a strap. If you don't have either of those props, you can use stuff at home. So things you can use would be like a really thick book, something roughly in this shape. And instead of strap, you could use a resistance band or like a stretchy piece of clothing or a small towel or something like that would work as well. So we're gonna get going right away. Since today is a 45-minute class, we're gonna do a little shorter version. The first 25 to 30 minutes is going to be kind of more active, strength building type of movements. And then we'll save the last 15 to 20 minutes for stretching and good mobility and things like that. All right. So I'm going to give you a quick second to grab a block if you don't have one, and we'll get going. So we're going to come onto our backs, and we're going to start off by getting the glutes firing right away. So lay down on your back. You want to put your feet on the ground with your knees up here. Spread your toes apart, get a nice base of support on your for your feet. Take that block or book or pillow or whatever you're going to use and place it in between your upper thighs. So we're going to squeeze, we're going to tone our inner thighs in on the block, press down through our feet, and just lift the bottom portion of the spine away from the ground. So we're not going to go super high today. We want to keep this portion of the ribs on the ground and just lift from that lower back. So you want to feel lots of length in there. And we want to immediately feel like we're getting into the glutes. So if you've been sitting today, working, you can go ahead and give them a little tap. That sends a little message from your brain to your glutes to fire up. And we want to squeeze in on that block. So how we want to make sure if we're getting into the glutes and not the low back is take our hands to the sides of our hips here and just feel that you're pulling your tailbone long towards the back of your calves with your thumbs. So you want to feel the sides of your pelvis structure, the bony part of your hips, and just pull with the thumbs, lengthening that tailbone towards the back of the legs. Keep squeezing that block and let's lift the hands up to the sky. Pull back on your right fingertips and stretch out those wrists. It should feel really nice, especially if we've been on the computer a lot already today. If you want a little extra, you can bring it back over your head. And we'll take it up if you went back with it, and we'll switch hands. So pull back on those left fingertips. Keep pushing down with your feet and squeezing the block. And bring the hand over the head if you want. Just an option. Keep lengthening through the low back and lengthening the tailbone toward the back of the knees. Good. We'll release the hands, roll out your wrists a few times. Go the other way. You can make little fists or you can spread your fingers out. Good. And then we'll lower down. Nice job. Take that block or prop off to the side for now. We'll use it again a little bit later. All right, bring your right foot into the center a little bit. Put your right hand on top of your right thigh. Pull your left knee in towards you and put your left hand on top of your left knee. First, just give that left knee a squeeze. You want to pull the top of the thigh in towards the belly here. So we have this nice deep crease in the hip where we feel like we're getting a stretch on the hamstring and lengthening through the back line of the body. We'll release that left hand down. The right hand is still on top of the right thigh. Keep this left knee tracking over the left hip. Push down through your right foot and lift your hips up. So we're gonna do 8 of those. So 2, so lifting and lowering. 3, just with that foot down. 4, 5, and keep light pressure with your right hand into your thigh. 6, 7, 8, and we're gonna hold it at the top and straighten that left leg out as much as you can. It's okay if you only get there. Just straighten it out as much as you can. Reach through that foot, press through that right hand, and lower down. Whew. We're getting right into the burn today. Take the right knee in towards you. Left hand on top of the left thigh. Right knee pulls in. Get that nice deep hip crease on the right side. Flex the right foot. Nice deep breath here for that little stretch on the back of the right leg. And then we'll release the right hand down. Right knee tracks over the right hip. Press into your left palm and your back of your right arm and lift that left hip up. So we'll press and lift and lower there. 2, 3, 4. Really think about squeezing that glute at the top. 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold it. Push into that left hand and straighten the right leg to the sky. As much as you can. It's okay if it's just a little bit. And relax. Nice job. All right, we should really, hopefully, if I did my job right, we should feel our glutes on already, which is good. They're gonna help us the rest of class. Let's take our feet a little further forward away from our hips now. Lift your toes up so your heels are pressing into the ground, and we'll get into the hamstrings on the back of the thighs. Press down through your hands and your heels, and we'll do 5 pulses here. So lift up and down, up and down. So we're still squeezing the glutes on this one. They'll definitely help with this movement. That's 4, last one, and 5. But we wanna also feel it in the backs of the thighs. So now we'll walk the feet a little bit more forward, and we'll do 5 more. Press and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Last one. This one's gonna be a burner. If you get cramps, just take a break and come back in it when you can. Try to breathe through it. So we're gonna do 8 this time and hold it on the 8th one at the top. So press down and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 more. 3, 2, 1, and hold it at the top. Hold. Squeeze those glutes. Squeeze the hamstring. You can lift the arms if you want. And relax. Whew. Good job. Wiggle those legs out. Bring your knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze. You can rock a little side to side. And we'll do some core here. Place your feet on the ground. Right hand behind the head. Elbows out to the side. Both feet are down, knees up. Big inhale. Exhale, lift up to the top of a crunch. Bring your left knee in. Left hand on top of the left knee. And just try to pull yourself together into the center. If you want, you can hover your right foot, but you can warm up a little more too. And we'll inhale down. Switch it out. Left hand behind the head. Right knee's gonna come in. Big inhale, exhale, lift. Right knee in, right hand on top. Pull into the center. I'm kind of pushing my knee into my hand and pulling my knee back at the same time. So I'm gonna feel that engagement in the center. All right, we'll come down. Let's do 1 more of those on each side. Big inhale, exhale, lift. Left knee in, pull everything into the center. Push that low back into the ground. Good, and relax. Keep breathing on these. Big inhale. Exhale, lift up. Right knee in, right hand on top. Left hand is supporting the head so the neck's not working too much here. Big inhale. Hold it in. Exhale. And relax. Let's add on just a little bit to that. Right hand behind the head. Big inhale. Exhale, lift up. Left knee in. Open the right elbow out to the side this time. And then twist a little to the right. It's a little awkward, but it's going to pull on the abs in a good way. One more breath. Back to the center and relax. Big inhale. Exhale, lift up. Right knee in. Right hand on top. Lift. Open that elbow to the side. And then a little twist to the left. Hold it. Take a deep breath. Smile. And center and down. Whew, nice job. Hands behind the head, interlace your fingers. Elbows are out to the side. Big inhale. Exhale, we're gonna just hold a low crunch here. So we're not all the way up off the shoulder blades, but our head isn't on the ground as well. Kind of right in between. And then we'll just bring in one leg at a time. So drive that knee towards the chest and then down. So the left knee in, and down. So you're contracting the abdominals in the center. We're getting kind of all into the core, even those low abs and into the psoas a little bit, those hip flexor muscles. Do a few more. Good. Hold that tension in the belly. Try to breathe through it. Take a break whenever you need to. Hopefully getting your energy levels really up. Good. And one more on each side. And come down, nice and slow. Good, reach the arms back. Take a nice stretch through the abs. Whew. All right, grab your block or prop. We're gonna get into the sides of the hips now, into the side glute muscles. We're gonna really make those ones burn. So come on to your side, facing the screen, whichever way that is for you. And then prop your head up on your hand there. If that's too much for your shoulder or your wrist or your neck, you can do your arm long and do this little sequence like this as well. I prefer it like this personally. We're gonna bend our knees so that our heels are lined up with our glutes here. So your knees are out in front of you. So you don't want the knees back here. See how my feet kind of disappeared? And then bring the feet to line up with the hips. All right, this is gonna feel kind of like Jane Fonda, I think, 80s workout, but it's gonna really burn the sides of the hips, and that can get our energy level up and help us have some good posture and good stability through the hips there. So take the block or whatever you're using and place it in between the knees. First, we're gonna do some internal rotation. So we're gonna keep the knees squeezing on the block and lift that foot up. So we'll do 12 of those. The big thing here when we're going through all of these is you don't wanna open your hips up. Your hips should stay stacked the whole time through the sequence. So I'm on my left side, so my right hip point is over my left hip point this whole time, right in a line. We'll say that's about 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Take the block out of the way, feet together. This time the knee will open up. 1. So this is the big one. People tend to roll back too much and open their hips up. So keep the hips stacked and closed and just move from the hip. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, 2 more, 11, and 12. Now we'll lift the whole leg up, opening it like a book. So up, the knee stays bent here. 2, 3, this one should really start to burn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Good. Deep breaths during that as well. Straighten the legs out, flex the feet, look down your body. You should not be able to see your heels. So you just want to see your toes. That means your heels are lining up with the rest of your body here. So flex those feet for balance. You can bring your hand in front for some extra balance on this one. We're gonna do a whole leg lift, and higher is not necessarily better. When I get up here, I actually roll my hip back a little bit and I lose a bit of that engagement. So even though I can do that, I'm gonna stay about right here so I really feel that squeeze in the side of the hip. So 12 of these, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, deep breaths, 9, 10, 11, 12. Relax that leg in front, that top leg, whichever leg that is for you. Point the bottom leg, and 12 lifts of the bottom leg on this one. 1, 2, 3. So now we're getting the inner thighs. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Nice job. So I'm gonna stay facing the camera. So I'm just gonna do a little break dance move and then take it to the other side. And make sure you grab your block as well. Or prop. So other side, nice job. Feel into that burn. It's a nice waking up for the hip structure there. So same thing, get in your good alignment. Make sure your feet are in line with your hips. Knees are bent in front. Take your prop, put it in between the knees, stack those hips. So now my left hip is staying right over my right hip point. And we'll lift the foot first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Take that block out of the way. Keep the feet together. Open the knee up and keep those hips stacked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. So this one, next one's the whole leg. Knee stays bent, hips stay stacked. So nice controlled movement. 1, 2, 3, just moving from the hip here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, keep breathing, 10, 11, and 12. Nice. If that was really burning, you can give it a little rub and stretch the legs out. Flex those feet, hide your heels in line with your legs, and we'll lift the top leg. 1, 2, nice and controlled. Keep those hips stacked. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. We're really burning that one out. Ooh, that was a lot. All right, straighten that bottom leg. This top leg just drapes in front, inside of the knee, rests on the ground. Point that bottom leg, and we'll lift from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Nice job. All right, come around into a tabletop position. You can get your block out of the way there. We're gonna do a few more things in the glutes, really kind of heavy in the hips today. All right, So come into a tabletop position, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, nice long spine, and the core is pulling into the center. So we're not draping down like this, we're pulling everything up and in, nice long spine. We're gonna take this right leg back. So straighten your right leg back, flex the foot, lift up from the heel. So not tipping your pelvis to get the leg up, but using your hamstring strength. So we warmed those up, so hopefully they're responding. So we'll lift that heel up. We're gonna take the right leg out to the side, place it down, and press our hips back. So we get a little stretch with it. And we're gonna alternate sides. So you'll see my left leg here in a second. Bring that right leg back in line and bring it down. Left leg back, tuck the toes, keep the core engaged. Lift from the heel, squeeze that glute. Bring it out to the side, control that, put the foot down, and press the hips back. My whole foot's on the ground there. Bring the leg back in line and down. We're just gonna do 3 of those. Right leg back, up with the right foot, squeeze that glute, keep the core engaged. Out to the right, control it, right foot down, press the hips back, get that little inner thigh stretch. Inhale forward, so using the leg muscles, try not to use too much momentum. Lift and bring it back and down. Left leg back, lift from the heel, swing it out to the side, control it, left foot down, press the hips back on your exhale. Inhale forward, lift the left leg, bring it back, and exhale down. 1 more each side. Right leg back, inhale, lift it up, out, exhale down, and hips back. Inhale forward, lift it, and exhale down. Last one, left leg back, inhale up, out to the side, down, exhale hips to heel, inhale forward, swing it back nice and slow, and down. Good. You can take a break off your wrists for a second. Elbows underneath of your shoulders. Hands can come to clasp or they can stay like an 11, parallel to each other. Relax your head. So the top of my head is not touching the ground here. So I'm pushing into my elbows so that the whole head and neck can relax. I'm gonna bring my right knee slightly into the center and then roll out this left hip. Nice and slow and controlled. You might hear some little, I call them like Rice Krispies, moving around in there. That's good. And then we'll take it around the other way. Glutes should definitely be firing by now. Outside and the meat of the glute should be firing. And down, and we'll switch sides. So left knee's in more to the center. Press down through those elbows. Engage the core and roll out that right hip. Really let the head and neck relax on this one. Good, and other direction with your circles on that right leg. Nice. And relax. Good. Come back up to a tabletop. We're gonna do 1 more move for the glutes and hips here. This time, similar to the last one, right leg back, up. This time we're bringing it over to the left. So over, place it down, and press back through your heel to get a little calf stretch. Center, lift it up, and down. Left leg back, lift from your heel, over to the right, so it's behind, it's like a curtsy lunge, behind your right leg, tuck your toes, and press through your left heel. Good, 2 more of those. Right leg back, up, squeeze, hold the core tight, behind the left, tuck the toes and press. Inhale up and back, right knee down. Left leg back, lift it up, over to the right, toes down, press back. Inhale to the center, exhale down. Last round, back, up, over to the left, press back, hold it for a second, get that nice stretch. Inhale, center, exhale down. Left leg back, lift up, over, tuck the toes, push back through the heel, hold it there for a second. Back to the center, inhale, exhale down. Nice, good job. Keep the hands under the shoulders. Let's do a little movement through the shoulders here since we've been pretty dominant in the lower body. So we're gonna take, our arms are gonna stay straight this whole time. We're gonna let our chest descend through our arm bones and shoulder blades will squeeze together. Exhale, push up, try to puff up your upper back and kind of move your chin towards your throat a little bit. So it's inhale, chest comes down between the arm bones, shoulder blades squeeze together. Exhale, press and lift up. Inhale down, shoulder blades squeeze. Exhale, press, shoulder blades spread apart and push that upper back towards the sky. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, squeeze, exhale up, broaden. Good. Stand up on your knees here. Last little bit, and then we get to stretch and relax. All right, right leg's gonna come forward. Tuck the back left toes. Squeeze that left glute a lot. So I'm keeping my hips over this left knee. Glute is squeezing and core is pulled in. And I get a little stretch on the front of that left. And move the hips. So the hips are like the focal point. Keep those nice and stable. So we'll rotate through the ribs and we'll just swing the arms here. So I'm not letting my hips join like that, keeping it stable. And then that allows my thoracic spine, that part of the vertebrae that are connected to our ribs, we should feel that kind of gently rotating back and forth. Good. Then we're going to keep our left arm forward, left hand down, right arm to the sky, and twist through your chest. Let your left ear relax towards your left shoulder. Reach through those right fingertips and keep squeezing that left glute lightly. 1 more breath. Good. And then we'll just bring it down. Stand up into that low lunge and step the right knee back. All right, other side. Left foot forward, right toes are tucked. Squeeze the right glute, pull the belly in. Nice long spine. When we feel stable, we can bring the arms forward and then we'll swing side to side again. Should feel, hopefully, really good. Kind of loosening up a bunch of connective tissue along the low back that runs all the way up and meets our shoulders. Want to get a nice rotation in the rib cage. 1 more breath. You can let your breath out your mouth. That's always really nice to relax the neck and face muscles. And we'll keep the right arm forward, left arm back. Bring the right hand to the ground, left arm to the sky. Push through that right hand, twist through the chest. Relax the right ear to the right shoulder. Reach through those left fingertips. Deep breath into the belly. Good. Awesome. And then we'll come down Inhale, lift back up. Bring the knee in. All right, face knee. Come on up to standing and take your feet nice and wide. So we're gonna do one last little somewhat strength move, but it should hopefully feel like a nice stretch as well. And then we will start to wind down. So feet are nice and wide. I usually judge about the length of my wrists, and I'll line my wrists up with my heels there, roughly. Hands on the hips. We're gonna sit our hips straight back, so flex from your hip, send it back, knee bends, and we'll take, so over to one side, and the opposite leg stays long. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend the opposite knee. Send the hips back, the spine is nice and long. Inhale up. So we get a little strength because we wanna push from the ground back up to the center using our glutes and pretty much all of our leg muscles on that one. So sit back, but we do get this nice stretch on the inner thigh. Inhale up, exhale other side. Inhale up, so push and squeeze your glutes at the top. Exhale over, inhale up, exhale over, inhale up, exhale over, one more, inhale up, exhale over. Good, so now we'll take a little stretch and we'll start to get into some rotation in the spine. If you want, you can use a block on this one. So grab your block, feet are still parallel. You can take the block on any setting or whatever prop you're using on any setting. Take your right hand to the block or the prop and inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, we're gonna thread our left arm underneath and tap our right shoulder. We'll do a few of those using our breath. Inhale up, exhale, twist, and tap that other shoulder. Inhale up and open. Exhale, twist and tap. Inhale, open. Exhale, tap. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread underneath and tap. Good. Other side. Left hand down. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, thread underneath and tap. So the hips are staying stable here. I'm just trying to rotate through my spine as much as possible. The hips will follow a little bit, but we want to keep them in one nice stable position. And just imagine we're rotating through the axis of the spine. And we're driving this motion with the breath. Last one. Good. Keep the block, bend into your left knee, take the block with you, and then just hold it there. And you can come a little lower if you want, or if that's just a lot, you can stay up on your fingertips and you can walk your hands forward. Just get a nice stretch on the side body as well as in that groin on that right leg. Good, and then we'll take it to the other side. So the block is there if you need to extend your arms a little bit. So bend into the right knee, hold it, or extend the arms long or come onto your forearms. Any of those options are great. Anything that would feel like you're deepening this stretch and allowing your body temperature and your heart rate to start to come down a little bit more. One more breath. Good. And we'll just come to the center, straighten both legs. Block is there if you need it, and we'll just take a forward fold in the center here. So spine is long, we're hinging from the hips. You're trying to imagine you're lifting your tailbone to the sky, and then relax your head here. You can shake your head yes and no. You can kind of shimmy through your ribs. That can feel good as well. We're feeling hopefully a nice big stretch on the hamstrings here. One more breath. Good. All right, and then we'll come up, bend your knees, and I usually bend my knees, bring my heels in, and then just roll up nice and slow. Bring your feet together, and then we're gonna come onto our backs. All right, let's stretch out those hips a little bit since we spent a lot of time getting those on. Those are probably tight from sitting a lot, so we're gonna give those a nice stretch as well. So first we'll do right foot over the left knee. Inhale and bring that left knee in towards you. Flex both feet, interlace your hands behind that left knee. This should be really relaxing here. So this is actually a great spot if you want to use that strap or towel or piece of clothing, whatever you had, whatever you grabbed, because I want you to really be able to get your shoulders all the way on the ground and your whole entire spine. So you can see right here, I'm not up here like this. My whole structure of my hips is still on the ground, and I'm able to flex from to get my knee in line with my hips and my tailbones on the ground. So if you can't do that with your hands behind your knee, that's totally fine, but you're gonna get the most out of this stretch then if you use a strap or something like that instead. So we're gonna take one more breath, and then just an option here if you'd like, you can straighten that left leg to the sky, get a little hamstring stretch in there as well. One more breath. Good. Bend that knee if you tried to straighten it. And then we'll take a little rock here just for one little last moment. And we'll relax. So if you have that strap or a prop, take it out from behind your left knee, left foot down, and right foot down. And we'll do the other side. Left foot on top of the right knee. So from the hips, so keeping the tailbone on the ground, pull that right knee in towards you. Woo, this left side for me is much more sore and tight. So breathe deep into the belly there if you're feeling that as well. Nice long spine. You can interlace the hands behind the right knee, or if that causes you to feel kind of like crunched up like this, grab a prop and bring it behind that right knee into both hands and just let those shoulders relax on the ground and pull that right knee in towards you gently. So we're kind of gently extending this left knee forward. You can take one more deep breath. Then if you'd like, straighten that right leg to the sky. Can totally be just a little bit extra. Just go for some length in that hamstring as well. 2 deep breaths here. Good. We'll bend that right knee. Get that strap or prop out from behind your right knee. Rotate your hips side to side here just a few times. Little rocking motion back and forth. And then we'll release that down. Good, nice job. All right, we're gonna take one last stretch. Come and sit up again. I prefer this stretch with the feet tucked underneath the knees like this, but I know that that's a lot for people's knees, so you can sit any way that makes this doable. So you can sit cross-legged as well. If you're comfortable in this, you can put a blanket underneath your legs as well, if that's a little too much flex for the knees. We're gonna take our left hand, and I kind of tuck it under my shin here, so it's like an anchor. And then I'm gonna take my right hand by my left ear and just gently pull to the side. Good. We'll bring the chin down towards the chest so you're looking down. A little different stretch. And then up towards the ceiling, even if it's just a little bit. Then we're gonna release that hand, bring it out and flex the wrist, and then do that to the side. Again, it's a big nerve sensation on that one. Good. And then relax, help your head back to the center. You can roll up your shoulders, and we'll do the other side. Right hand is anchored under the ankle there. Left hand comes up, left ear towards the left shoulder. Relax, get lots of space there. And gaze down towards the ground. Good. And up to the ceiling. You can open your jaw. Good. And then right arm out, flex the wrist back to the center. And you kind of find an angle, like mine's like right here, and get this really big sensation with the nerve all the way up the arm from like my middle finger to my chest. Good. And relax. Good. Back to the center. Roll out the shoulders. You can take some neck rolls forward, side to side there, and then back. Roll the shoulders one more time. Good. All right. Get your props off to the side. We're going to do a nice Shavasana here to end. And I'm going to give an option today just because this is something I like to do every day, especially right now when life is a little bit more, we feel kind of burdened and stressed. So we kind of hold a lot of tension up here on our shoulders. We want to try to open that up. So if you have a block, or you can stack a couple pillows, anything like that, we're going to take our legs long and we just slide that block or the pillows or whatever we're using under the upper portion of the back. So it's kind of right at the base of the shoulder blades, more or less. And then we're going to lay back over it, hands interlaced behind the head, and relax. So I'm just kind of extending the spine over the block. This is a lot. I practice this a lot, so you don't have to be this type of extension. You can do lower on the blocks. You can go this lower height, and it'll look more like that. It's a little bit more doable. And then pillows or something like that are a lot cushier as well, a lot less extreme of an arch for the spine. And just really try to get those shoulder blades behind you there, and just relax your head into your hands. And this is going to be our Shavasana for today. So you can either stay in this, you can just do this for part of the time. This is just a really good counteract for always having the shoulders and the spine and the chest kind of rounded forward. So we should feel a nice opening along the chest. And I have my hands interlaced right behind my skull here so that there's nothing happening in the neck. My neck is nice and relaxed and long. Getting that benefit from that stretch we just did for the neck. If you want, you're feeling comfortable here, you can take your feet together and your knees wide and get one last little stretch on the inner thighs. Good. Let's take 2 more deep breaths, and I really encourage you to breathe out your mouth like a nice sighing, audible exhale. It's going to release even more tension in the neck and in the throat, in the jaw. So feel free to really exhale nice and loud. One more breath here. We'll slowly come off to one side. Get the prop out from underneath you, whatever you're using, and lay on the ground for a second here. Get your spine back into a neutral position, and just reach your arms straight back and point your toes. Big full body stretch. And we'll slowly roll to one side. Come up nice and slow. Sit cross-legged here and just feel that nice warm energy flowing through the body. The flow of your breath nice and even and balanced. Bring your hands together at your heart. Take one last breath here. Thank you guys so much for joining me for class today. I hope that this quick little 45-minute class was really beneficial and serves you for the rest of your day. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.